for joining the Drunk Cook today. We're going to make whiskey drunk fresh French toast. And I came up with this recipe because French toast is my favorite thing to have for breakfast. So I was thinking to myself, how can I incorporate alcohol into this recipe? I tried a couple different types of alcohol and I ended up using whiskey here. So what we'll do is we'll make our batter for our French toast, and basically what goes into it is 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of white granulated sugar, half a tablespoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, and the kicker, ½ ounce of whiskey. And we'll mix this together, break the yolks up a little bit. Now, when making this, you can use any whiskey you like. I happen to be using a single barrel whiskey here, but you can use your favorite whiskey, whether it's Jack Daniels, Southern Comfort, you know. If it's a whiskey you enjoy to drink, you know, it's just like wine. If you drink it, you can cook with it. So we'll get this all incorporated. And if you want to serve this for kids and you don't want to add the booze, you can certainly leave it out. It's not going to hurt to have it in there though, because you are cooking it. Okay, looks like we have that stirred together pretty good. And what I'll do now is I'll put it in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes just to let the flavors marinate, and then we'll cook some up. So we're ready to make our French toast. What I've done is I poured our batter into a smaller plate to make dipping the toast easier. And I've got some butter here to grease the bottom of the pan. Got some pieces of toast and a wooden spatula because we have a Teflon coated pan here. Now I got the heat of the burner on a medium low setting as to not burn the bread too quickly. So we'll get started on here. Take our first slice. And rub the pan with some butter. Drop our first slice in there. Now, as I was saying, have this on a medium-low setting because there's a lot of sugar in this batter, which will make it tend to burn quickly if it's at a high setting. And you really want the batter and the egg to set up and get a nice brown color to it. It's about a minute to a minute and a half per side, and the bread will be nice and warm through and good to eat. One thing to note here is the best bread for French toast is a thicker Texas style cut bread. And if you've ever looked for Texas style bread in the grocery store, it can be hard to find. And one thing I've found that works well is dinner rolls. You can find them everywhere. They're very thick, similar to a Texas cut bread, and they're very soft. And they make for great French toast. Let's check our first one here. Let's take a peek. Not quite done. Okay, and let's check our first side here. So it gets ready. So we'll flip this one. You can see everything's set up. It's got a nice caramelized coating on it from the sugars. And if you could smell it, it smells awesome. It smells like cinnamon. You get some of that aromas from the whiskey in there. So we'll go another minute and a half on this side. It's really going to depend on your burner setting. And start on our next one. I think our first piece is done here. Take a quick look. Yep. Take this out into a plate. We're ready for the second one. So we'll coat this with a little more butter again. Put our bread in here. A couple turns into the pan. Now, I use butter because I like butter. It gives it a nice taste along with the batter. It does equally well if you want to use a no-fat spray or something. Works just as well, that's fine. This particular recipe will make about 4 pieces of bread. You can see we're on our second one and we got plenty for 2 more. So we'll go ahead and cook this one up and start to eat here. Alright, our second piece of toast here is done. Turn the burner off. You can see we got the 2 pieces here and they look just awesome, perfectly caramelized, just what we're looking for. Smell awesome. Now you can douse this with powdered sugar. Me myself, I just like a drizzle of maple syrup on there. That's all I need. I'm ready to eat. Thanks for joining the Drunk Cook today.